Buongiorno. This one is from Italy originally, but later on relocated to Norway. The style here is black metal. Let's start with the review score, so to speak. This one is pretty decent, but it's not to cut your way to best of the year albums. Why so? Well, let's find out in case you keep looking. Anyway, this is the fourth album by a Italy-based band, and this one came already out in late February 2021. Almost made it in time for the release date, but just got a little bit too late to make it that. Anyway, this is an intriguing release for so many reasons. Now, this is that exactly for reasons that this is one of those albums that is not very consistent in style, but more like has quite a few peak moments, but also a little bit of so-called valley moments. That is, at some point this album is like, why are you doing that? What's wrong with you? And that makes this also rather interesting. Now the thing here is, this is mostly very much something that you could call very common in style. You will have those aggressive parts, you will hear those more soothing parts, you will have melodies, you will have it all. You have slower parts, faster parts, so there's a lot of things going on. And not for the worse, I might add, because the thing here is, this band being able to do it all and make it at the same time rather interesting is obviously a good thing. Now, like I said, this band later on relocated to Norway, and I don't know why, nor would I care about it. The point here is that this 33 minutes of an album is an interesting one, but with its flowier parts, it's kind of missing the so-called Sigurd moments. Now, mostly, as you can see, probably, that these songs are rather short. That is, 7 tracks in, 33 minutes, kind of pointed out. You will have mostly songs operating 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes at max. But there is a one track in the middle of the album called Riding the Spiral of Lilith, which kind of proves that sometimes, oftentimes, shorter is better. Now, this album constitutes of, those aggressive, raspy black metal vocals, which in fact are quite okay. There's something that really rubs me the wrong way, but it's just in my head. That is, I don't quite like the vocalist style. I'm not saying it's bad, it's not something that works for me very well. Now, what then again annoys me a little bit more is the use of kind of a choir clean vocals, which is something that I don't find suitable for this album, not in style and not the way they're done. Once again, it might be just my head that is not, accepting these kind of vocals to be done there, but, it just doesn't seem right. Even so, I can pretty much live with the whole outcome here because, it's mostly rather nicely done. But getting back to this track number 4, which is almost 10 minutes, it seems like the band is stuck at the very end of the song. This certain repeating melodic pattern, which is then repeated and repeated and repeated and repeat, to ad nauseum. And I feel like this is one of those moments when a band or certain members of the band fall in love way too much with a certain idea, and they just keep it repeating until it becomes rather nauseating, kind of annoying. You have to kill your darling and move on. And this song kind of proves that if you don't do it, you're just gonna piss people off. It's not that bad melodic part. It's rather just common. And when you repeat that, not of a killer riff material right there too much, you're just gonna piss people off. So back to the rest of the album, this would reflect in such ways that the band is at its best when it's doing kind of a dark funeral kind of a thing. Not exactly the hyper fast blasting, not exactly the mid-tempo parts, but rather fast, rather melodic, kind of a typical second wave black metal thing. And that's where the band is in its kind of a comfort zone, doing its most, let's put it this way, the best material what they have on this album, even if it doesn't sound very original. So my verdict when it comes to saying this is a rather decent album is that because of these low points and because of these high points, the overall album is rather listenable, enjoyable. But because of these low points, I really would be a little bit lying if I said this is really good. It definitely has these better parts, and if I were to make, pick the best of the parts here and make it to an MCD, then this would be really good. So the band is quite skilled, quite talented, even if I don't like the vocals, but everything else is pretty much right there, just with the removal of the worst parts, and you would have a very, very nice release. Obviously, you want to check it out for yourself. Just expect certain kind of a melodic black metal with a little bit of atmospheric parts and you're good to go. Thanks for watching out. Take care and bye bye.